Pretty specific question. So I've heard you talk a lot about healthcare, and a thing that a lot of people bring up is the Nordic model of government healthcare. And I've heard you make the argument that the success of these models is due in part to the ethnic and cultural homogeneity of these societies. And I was just wondering, how specifically does the culture and ethnic homogeneity of these places contribute to the success of their healthcare?
Sure. So cultural homogeneity contributes to success of healthcare in the sense that people in Nordic countries, for example, tend to eat healthier. Right? That's a cultural thing. How we eat is differentiated among many different cultures. In Norway, they tend to eat pretty healthy. That makes a difference into how much you are going to spend. Ethnic homogeneity matters because different ethnicities get different diseases at different rates. So heart disease is diagnosed more often among black men than among white men. That has nothing to do with racism. That has to do with just diagnosis. So if you have a different population, then the measurements of diagnoses and the costs pertaining thereto are going to be different. So that is true in virtually every aspect. This is why when I say if you want to compare apples to apples, what you wouldn't do is compare Sweden to the United States in terms of the effects of the healthcare system. What you would do is take a Swedish population in the United States and say, how does their healthcare look, as opposed to a Swedish population in Sweden. That's comparing apples to apples, as opposed to two disparate populations. That's effectively the argument that I'm making.